If you've spent any time searching for travel advice on Hampi, you've probably seen images exactly like this. A backpacker staring out over endless boulder fields and ancient ruins, chasing the promise of a bohemian paradise known as Hippie Island. Travel blogs and forums are packed with itineraries promising days of temple hopping and nights of unrestricted partying. The problem is, the vast majority of that advice is dangerously out of date. A few years ago, a Supreme Court order led to the permanent demolition of over 70 commercial shops, cafes, and guest houses. The bustling, centralized commercial strip of Hippie Island was completely wiped out. The classic setup where you could step out of your hostel, boulder in the morning, tour ruins in the afternoon, and party by the river at night does not exist anymore. To experience the offbeat side of Hampi today, you have to be highly intentional. You need to choose a specific microregion based entirely on what you actually value on your trip. To understand your options, look at this map. The entire region is divided by the Tungabhadra River. On the south side, you have the official UNESCO Monument Zone. This is where the major temples and historical ruins are clustered together. Cross over to the north bank, and you find the new, fractured offbeat zone. Instead of a single strip, it is now broken into isolated pockets, primarily the villages of Sonapur and Anagundi. Because of this geographic split, you essentially have three distinct travel strategies to choose from. Picking any one of them means dealing with the river. Getting back and forth requires either relying on small ferry boats, hiring local coracles, or taking a long drive around the water. Crossing the river is not a quick detour you make on a whim. It is a logistical commitment that dictates the pace and focus of your entire itinerary. Let's look at Strategy 1, Sonapur Lake. This is the remnant of the old backpacker scene, built for budget travelers and outdoor enthusiasts. The primary draw here is physical. As you can see with this climber, the area offers world-class bouldering among massive granite formations, along with cliff jumping straight into the local reservoir. The infrastructure is basic. You will likely stay in bamboo huts, rent moped bikes to navigate the dirt roads, and eat at a handful of surviving open-air cafes. That ruggedness comes with immediate daily friction. Cell service is heavily localized, sometimes dropping out entirely, and sleeping in rural rice paddies means regular encounters with local wildlife and pests. More importantly, Sonapur has almost zero medical infrastructure. Aside from a small polyclinic with limited hours, any serious accident on the rocks requires a long, uncomfortable trip back to the main town. If you choose Sonapur, you trade physical safety and modern convenience for raw, high-adrenaline outdoor access. Strategy 2 takes you to Anagundi and its surrounding eco-resorts. Notice the stark contrast in this image. Deep green banana plantations and agricultural fields set right against the harsh rocky hills. This area caters directly to slow travelers and families. Your time here is spent engaging with local banana fiber craft cooperatives and taking silent walks through traditional, working villages. Look at this traditional coracle on the Tungabhadra River. It perfectly captures the pace of Anagundi. You move slowly, prioritizing quiet observation over checking items off a dense itinerary. Unlike the remnants of the backpacker scene in Sonapur, Anagundi offers zero nightlife. It provides deep, undisturbed quiet. But that isolation is a double-edged sword. Getting from these rural eco-resorts to the main UNESCO ruins is highly inconvenient and time-consuming. Opting for Anagundi means you willingly sacrifice sightseeing efficiency to secure authentic, rural peace. Finally, we have Strategy 3. Staying strictly on the main monument side. This image shows the massive scale and dense temple infrastructure of the southern UNESCO zone. To pull off an offbeat experience here, use 5 a.m. alarms and strict discipline. If you arrive early enough, you get exactly what you see in this photo. Ancient stone-pillared walkways, completely devoid of mass tour groups. That early start also gives you private access to hidden sites like the underground Shiva temple. Notice the eerie, flooded interior and the quiet solitude around the stone Nandi bowl. The logistical advantage here is massive. You waste zero time waiting for ferries or taking hour-long detours on dirt roads to reach the historical sites. The trade-off is environmental. By staying in the main town, you lose immediate access to the lush nature, paddy fields, and relaxed village atmosphere found across the river. Strategy 3 requires you to extract the magic of Hampi through strict time management, rather than geographic isolation. To lock in your decision, look at this flowchart. Ask yourself, what is your primary goal? If you want outdoor thrills, bouldering, and don't mind roughing it, follow the adventure and budget path straight to Sanapur. If you prioritize peace, comfort, and cultural immersion over nightlife, the peace and culture path leads you to Anagundi. And if you are short on time and want to see the maximum number of historical sites, take the low time path directly to the main town and commit to dawn strikes. Picking your lane and sticking to it is the only way to prevent the frustration of mismatched expectations. The single, centralized hippie island that catered to everyone all at once is gone permanently. You will still find marketing materials and old blogs from 2018 selling that exact dream. Trying to force your trip to fit that outdated hype will leave you disappointed and constantly fighting logistics. The north side of the river is no longer a party hub. It has settled into a quiet, extreme contrast to the busy monument town in the south. Set your itinerary based on the geographic realities of the region as it exists today. Pick your priority, choose your side of the river, and accept the trade-offs. When you plan around reality rather than nostalgia, Hampi remains one of the most rewarding and visually striking places you can visit.